Welcome back to Tabarua Island in Fiji, everyone, for day 3 of the Globe Pro Fiji. Here we are 3 days into the waiting period and 3 epic days of competition. Another barn burner today. Let's go straight to the highlight reel. The day got underway with a matchup between Australian Ace Buchan and Brazilian Rodrigo Dornelles. Buchan shot out of the gate with a couple nice tube rides, threw him into the 4th round.
Really well lined up. It's pretty groomed. I think the offshore must have been blowing all last night, and yeah, it's pretty fun. It's a lot smaller, but still some barrels and a little bit more open for turning today.
Damien Hobgood followed up in the next heat, looking very much like a 2-time champion here at Tabarua. Damo was loose and lively the entire time in his matchup against Ben Dunn. Damo moving on.
Good to get some waves. You know, I definitely felt a little tight first couple of waves. Probably could have scored higher, and but I was really stoked because I was able to gain some momentum and really kind of loosen up towards the end there.
This historic matchup got off to a slow start as a lull kicked in early, but Kelly found something to bang away on. Then Aki made things interesting late in the running with a nice tube ride. With just a few minutes left, there was still very much in doubt, and Slater needed a 9.0 to finish Aki off.
I think that heat I was a little off because I don't know if I was caught up in the moment surfing against Aki, you know, probably one of his last events. Maybe he'll surf J-Bay too, but you know, just thinking about that more than what I actually need to do out there. And he took the first one, the second one was better, and I got it.
Reigning world champ Mick Fanning demonstrated again today that he's been working on his backhand tube riding. Came through this one and through into round 4 versus Aritz Aramburu. Then it was South African rookie Jordy Smith against Australian blue-collar slugger Dayon Neb. Jordy got off to a rough start. Meanwhile, Dayon Neb had one of his best heats of the year. Smashing on his backhand, Neb got a 9.6 on this ride. That was enough to knock the highly touted Jordy out of competition. Last year's Rookie of the Year, Jeremy Flores, had a nice matchup with Chris Ward, and the two traded blows on their backhand. But Wardo still found a few pockets to pull into in the deteriorating conditions and advanced on to round 4. Next up, it was CJ Hobgood versus Kieran Perot. Both these guys have been ripping cloud break in the free surf sessions, and this was a battle. But Hobgood, much like his brother, was on fire and could not be denied in the end. In Heat 13, it was Australian powerhouse Joel Parkinson, tall, lanky, smooth as silk on his backhand, taking on Travis Logie, the young South African. Parko banging away, moving on into round 4. In the very next heat, it was Jay Bottle Thompson, who surfs very much like Parko, versus the Hawaiian Poncho Sullivan. Bottle got off to a decent start, And Sullivan once again displaying a vicious backhand attack out of cloud break, moving on into round 4. Another of the most anticipated matchups of the day was between Freddie Patacia and Andy Irons. The two are staying together on Tavarua and have even become tennis partners, but they were sparring partners out of cloud break, and Freddie started off with a bang with an 8.0. The former world champ would respond though, and these two slugged it out. But in the end, Freddie Patacia iced it with another 8.0 to finish Andy Irons off. Irons out of competition, Freddie Patacia still moving. And in the final heat of the day, it was Adriano de Souza taking out Michael Campbell with some great backhand surfing. De Souza, despite deteriorating conditions, managed to pick off some of the bigger waves that came in all afternoon, and it worked for him. De Souza still rolling. Of course, out of cloud break, we have seen some stellar tube riding, like Mick Fanning, who's the current leader in the Freestyle Tube Time Award. Fanning scored a 5-second one to make it through his heat yesterday, and Taj Burrow, in the afternoon conditions, got a big one at cloud break, earning him a perfect 10-point ride. But Mick Fanning looks to have a commanding lead right now in the Freestyle Tube Time Award with this 12-second barrel at restaurants on day 1 of competition. So that wrapped up round 3. Now the judges have the luxury of waiting for a killer swell to come to finish this thing off. And with the swell dying, we could be in for a couple lay days, but fear not, we'll be right back here tomorrow with all the highlights from the activities going on here in the island. We'll see you tomorrow.